that. Now people can hear me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to be back, and I am very excited to be able to introduce you to the brand new season of GFL. We're into season 11, and I can't believe that I'm actually able to open this season up to everyone here. It's tier 1. We've moved tier 1 from Tuesdays to Wednesdays, and I'm Spotify95, and today we have with me Nico Vianney.
Good evening, everyone. Lovely to be back for another season. Season 11, like you said, first round of the season, Qatar, night race. Can't wait for that.
Yes, now, what are your thoughts and opinions about the circuit of Qatar as I quickly try and find the person who's in front on the track? What's your
Yeah, I mean,
opinion of Qatar?
it's such a beautiful track, to be fair, especially in this game. It was such a good new entry to the Qatar, and drivers seem to be loving this track too. It's just a bit tricky, with the way you have to drive, plenty of high speed corners, and therefore it's easy to invalidate. Track limits is going to be also crucial in the race to decide which position everyone's going to finish in at the end of it. And yeah, I guess we'll see plenty of actions as well. There's a long straight to make some good overtaking opportunities to emerge, and at the same time, it's going to be. I think it's enjoyable. It's an enjoyable track in qualifying when you have the red soft tire available, all the grip, available to you, maximum power. It's such a nice truck. It's quite enjoyable in qualifying. Might be tricky in the race to manage the tires, and strategy might not be that. I mean, there could only be one potential strategy for today, but we'll see what the drivers are gonna deliver.
Well, as you say, tyre strategy in the race is going to be key. Xana83 is the first one out on track at the moment, and just going over the start-finish line, as there's a couple of other cars coming onto their out lap. Xana's starting their hot lap, and so is Tim Meek as well, so we'll keep an eye on those. But as you say, quite a lot of medium to high speed corners, so I assume that the drivers will be requiring a lot of downforce to do really well through these corners, as you can just see right now. It's a bit tight with traffic, as Breaking Bad has retired from the session. But yeah, so many corners, so many possibilities to gain time or lose time. Yeah, we will get things set up for you. I won't put telemetry up straight away. Everyone's using the soft tyre, as can be seen, because it's qualifying. You'd expect everyone to be using the soft tyre, as Xana has already blasted through sectors 1 and 2. It's going to be really tricky. It's going to be very tricky in terms of getting in a bit of space. Xana does go fastest with a 1:21.6. That's the benchmark. Tim Meek breaks that with 21.2.
Yeah, 4 tenths faster. I'm expecting people to go on the 20s and on the 9. Well, 19 could be tough, but I think at the end of qualifying with maximum track evolution, it will be possible to see those kind of lap times. And plenty of traffic, like you said, during Zanna's qualifying lap. I think that might have distracted him a little bit. Meanwhile, Danny dealing with the last sector and now approaching the last corner. And meanwhile, Brad WT, I hope that's correct as a pronunciation.
Yep.
And Uranus goes fastest with, like I said, a 20.8 over.
Not bad at all. As Danny goes fastest with a 20.6. That's pretty good. Now the next car to come across the line, I'm trying to keep an eye on. That's Furz's. Furz's coming across the line. Goes into the 20s. It's a 20.9. That's not a bad time at all. We've now got an AlphaTauri going across the line. And that's Yasin doing a 20.3.
Yeah, Yazin was looking really fast in practice. I heard, and I hope I'm correct as I say there, that he has a 19.8 in hand. Hopefully, we can replicate that during this qualifying session. We know under pressure it might not be easy to do this kind of lap times, especially with these, those kind of trucks where it's easy to invalidate it, and bottling the lap is just an option that it's just around the corner. So meanwhile, Timaldus goes provisional P2, and Mink follows him behind with just 4 milliseconds between the two of them.
Yep. Someone called Nagy Bents 0830. Brad's been disqualified from the session for wrong way. Oh dear. I don't know where that was.
I think it's in sector 2 because he's driving the Alpine and it's the car that's going slowly, but it's kind of hard to say how he ended up doing this, to be fair, but yeah, not good for him.
Yeah, that's not ideal at all. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. If you're in the chat, you can predict with channel points if there's going to be a safety car during the race. As Lewis Cook has just gone P2 with a 20.494. That's
not bad.
a nice little lap there. And is anyone else on a lap? ASG is on an out lap. Nagy Bent is.
I think someone has already invited. I'm seeing plenty of people coming back to the pits, but they had already gone out. So I'd say, like I said at the start of qualifying, track limits is tricky around here. It's a challenging aspect, and I guess people like Alfredo, I believe, which is now coming on out lap. Dennis, MT's got a quali ban, I believe. But yeah, I think there's already someone that has invalidated the time. I think those times they were currently seeing are sort of safe laps just to get a time on the board, and we'll see what the drivers are actually able to towards the end of the session. Meanwhile, I'm just watching. I don't know if you can watch that too, if you can see that too. Some sort of weird lines on the track that are making the track a little bit dirty. It looks like someone may have gone off the track and then rejoined and make the track a little bit dirty. It's tough to really say, but.
Minions saying hello, Nico. Watching the lads race instead of racing them. So I'm guessing Minions would normally be in tier 1.
He has, yeah.
Yep. Right, time for ASG to put a lap down. I'm pretty sure he's reserving for tier 1 because I think he's in tier 2, isn't he? ASG.
He should be, yeah.
But he's reserving for tier 1. We'll see what sort of lap time he can put down. He's in the Williams and blasting through sector 1 as we speak. Everyone else is now on out laps. They're coming out the pits to do another attempt as the traffic there just about getting out of the way in time. That's not really where you want to be. That's not really where you want to be meeting traffic. Oh my god, that was tight. That was tight as well going through sector 2. There was
I think it was Uranus. Yeah.
Uranus on an out lap. Hopefully.
Yeah. It should be clean though. No traffic for the rest of the lap. So let's see what he can do towards the last sector. Is it invalidated here as well?
He hasn't invalidated.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good line going through there. Good line going through there.
Last corner, meanwhile, there's a Red Bull. I think it's Zana starting the lap as well. Let's see what SG players go for us. Onto the finish line he goes. 18, 19, 20. It's going to be a 21.1. P8 provisionally. Just ahead of Timic.
Not bad, P8. Remember, ASG is tier 2. Reserving for tier 1. So 21.1, that's still a pretty decent time, I must admit. So who did you say was just on a lap now?
The Red Bull of Sun, I believe, yeah.
The other Red Bull, Zana. Zana's invalidated. As Chi has just set a 41 And then Tim Meeker's just gone P10. Or was that Sidek? I'm not sure. It's so difficult to try and keep track of who's doing what. Dennis is definitely doing something. He is going P2.
Oh,
A 20.4. Not bad. Not bad at all.
not bad at all. Yeah, just not even a tenth behind Yazin in P1. But I guess the Tower driver is gonna. Oh, website is just invalidated. Oh, SG Play is going off the track, but he's coming in. As he already said, his lap times. Meanwhile, Alfredo set a lap on the board as well, 22.9. Hopefully, to be fair, a little bit slower than the rest of the field. Hopefully, he can improve on the next run. Meanwhile, who else can we have a look at? Someone's already.
I'm trying to find.
Spaceport, maybe.
Spaceport, where was he? He's going into Sector 3. We've got an Alpha Tauri just coming. That's Yasin, he's gone quicker again. I'm trying to keep an eye on who's doing what. Furz's goes P6. There's a Mercedes. That's Uranos doing a 20.6. Spaceport only goes P13. I think Tim Alders has just gone P3.
He has.
Mick in the other.
Oh, Mick has just improved.
P3. He's just improved. Chi-Chi's on an in lap. Who else is on a lap?
Yeah,
Maggie
the Williams.
Bentz. I hope I'm pronouncing that name. Please, why, Schrober, why isn't? No, I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that, Schrober. Stop clogging up chat with weird stuff.
Oh, Najee had a little bit of a moment out of the last corner. Hopefully, that does not make him lose so much time onto the finish line. He goes 20.4 though, very close to P2.
That's a good lap. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people all in the 20.4.
Oh.
This is a very close tier, and it's also a very fast tier.
And also, P7, P8, and 9, they're all in the same tenth as well, in the 20.6s.
Yes. As Furz's comes in, and Spaceport also comes in. And I'm just waiting for someone to start an outlap. That's Alfredo. And while still that's happening, worth a go, never forget. No, I'm not. No, we don't talk about that, Schrober. We don't talk about that. Oh, Minions saying I'm gone in 3, 2, 1, 0. Harry ain't no. He's, you watching? You watching as well, Harry? Oh, we do talk about that. No, we don't. No, we don't. We pretend that never happened. That didn't happen.
Is it Harry Nuns?
Nothing to do with Harry Nuns. Schrober was saying about something in chat, and yeah, reminding me about something I'd done in an earlier stream, and totally and like just totally missed it. Oh god, let me just do that quickly.
Yeah,
right.
No worries.
Anyway, enough of me waffling. We've got 4 minutes left to go. Only 4 minutes. Sidek is on an outlap. Chi-Chi is on an outlap. Alfredo is on an outlap just about to start. I'm pretty sure these are going to be people's last attempts.
Yeah. Sure.
Why isn't Schrober racing, says ASG. Is Schrober quick enough to compete with the tier 1s? I think he's in tier 3 at the moment. Is he quick enough to compete with the tier 1s?
I can't quite tell, to be fair.
Possibly. Would be unfair to the tier 1 drivers. Yes. Anyway, Alfredo is on his last attempt, I believe. Going around a couple of these trickier corners. You know what? Let's have an onboard shot. We haven't had an onboard shot for a while. Because I've drove round this track quite a few times. Oh, that's very wide!
Yeah.
Alfredo's just invalidated. He'll have to back off and go again.
I don't know.
Who's next to be on a lap? It's going to be
I know for now, yeah.
Psyduck. We're going on board with Psyduck now, the Tier 1 driver, the GFL owner, the person that makes all of this possible. We're going to see what he can do to get that car further up the grid. He's currently P13. Can he get into the top 10? Can he get? Can he challenge any of the others? Seems pretty good so far. Oh, he's back off.
He's backing out. Yeah, he's aborting it. I think he went a little bit too wide into the corner, which is easy to bottle it, and he's probably gonna go again if he has the fuel to do so, because it's a long lap. He's using a lot of curb, Tim, in this corner, and absolutely nailing this part of the track. He's improving by a good amount of time.
Tim Meek is 2 tenths up already. Tim Meek is 2 tenths up on his time already as things stand, and we still have sectors 2 and 3 to go. This is the ride of your life right here.
Oh, a bit of traffic
though.
Watch
the traffic.
Yeah, they're gonna get out of the way likely, but that still is distraction. See though, how much he's up by.
Oh, 4.5 tenths. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, he's looking at a top 5 finish if he can improve slightly more. Keep this up, come on Timic. Last corner, penultimate corner, a little bit of understeer.
He's
in the middle part of it.
Within the lines. Final
Let's
corner. Here we go.
Yes.
It's a dash to the line.
That's a good lap.
Looking good. This is looking good.
Onto the line he goes.
Good. It's P10.
And on. Yeah, the margins are so tight. Literally. He could have easily been P7. But it's P10 for him. The margins are so tight. I'm so impressed by all of these guys. It's Simic though, we're starting the lap now. We have a bit of traffic maybe in front, I think, because everyone is pretty much starting their laps at this point with just 25 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, and you got to get out there quick, and you got to be on that lap. I'm gonna hopefully look at people as they come across the line. Everyone's made it, so the Mercedes is going to come across the line.
Red Bull as well should make it.
So now this is going to be hot laps ending. Zana improves by 6 tenths to go P12.
Not bad.
Is that Red Halo? It is Red Halo. He goes up to P2. Purple last sector. Good job, Red Halo.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Chi-Chi's not improving. He's invalidated his lap. Uranos is retired.
Fredo's retired as well.
Psyduck
has gone for another lap. No, he's invalidated. I was kidding.
No, Psyduck's invalidated. He won't be improving. He's going to be at best P14. It's not Mick. It's Yasin. 8 thousandths. He's slower by 8 thousandths.
And Mick was up. Mick was up. Let's see. Mick was up by a little bit. Let's see if he can challenge for pole. No, he can't. For literally nothing. Oh, and Tim Alders almost gets pole position. 22 milliseconds between the two of them. That was so close between the top 4 or 5, let's say.
Spaceport P15. There's now
SGP P13.
Yep. Now there's, I think that's the other Williams. That's Nagy coming through on P7. Who else have we got left? We've got Zana. Zana's backed off. That's it.
I think that's it. Yeah, it is. So it's pole position for Yasin.
Pole position for Yasin. I'm just going to quickly whiz through the chat. Spotify, why aren't you racing? I'm not tier 1 pace. I'm tier 4 pace. Yes, we now have 4 tiers. I'm in tier 4. I'm not in tier 1. I've never been tier 1 pace. The only time I was tier 1 pace is in the very first season of GFL, before it was even called GFL, and I was only in tier 1 because we literally only had tier 1 and tier X. Did May Dixie Rect take your drive in tier 1? No! Little Sniper saying my connection is on. Can I race? You're a little bit too
Uh,
late, I believe.
yeah.
In two
Someone's already
different tiers,
recorded
there's a
it.
guy that has the words Halo in their name. Sideout told me if by the end of the qualifying the connection is back, I can race. It depends if there is any
Yeah,
slots
there is.
available, and I don't know whether
Actually,
I've.
no.
And also, I don't think I have you on my friends list. Anyway, let's quickly go through. It's Yasin, Tim Aldous, Mick, Dennis, Lewis Cook, Red Halo, Nike Bents, Uridos, Danny, and Furzis. Then Tim Meek, Zana, ASG, Psyduck, Spaceport, Cheaty, Alfredo, Breaking Bad, EMT, and Brad. Brad being disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. And unfortunately, there is no space in the lobby for Lethal Sniper to join because all 20 slots are filled up. Spotify, you've done it again, mate. Oh, what have I done?
um,
What have I done?
I
People migrating host. I think we're leaving. Yeah, I think we're leaving.
I don't know. To be fair,
Everyone's leaving the session.
you may have crashed as well, but I still eat you, so in theory you're not. I'll look at
Oh,
chat and see what we have to say about this. I think we're restarting. Yeah.
okay. So we're restarting.
Yeah, let us
Um,
not, let us into inspect so we can join. Yes, you'll race. You'll get the
right.
you'll get the
We're
race.
restarting. I need to go to
Yeah,
the be
restart.
right. I need to go to the be right back screen. Like that.
Yeah.
Because apparently going the wrong way. I think these might still. I think these might be old graphics, but I haven't been informed of any new ones that have been put up yet, so we're sticking with these. Um, yeah, let's. We'll be back. I'm just gonna mute, and we will be back when we're in a lobby. that, and this. Yeah, we're ready to go. It's the race. We're ready to go, and yeah, let's do this. This is going to be the first race of
Yeah.
the season, and as you may have noticed, we have a new entrant into the lobby because they've been able to join. Yes, we've had to reset the lobby, but it's worth it because they're going to be a championship contender and they deserve to be here. Marco De Buono's back, everyone. Also, don't forget your setups, people. Don't forget your setups. We don't want people complaining, saying, oh, we need to restart because I forgot my setup. No. Take your setups. Select your setup that you need. Select your tyre strategy. Select your number of laps of fuel. And let's go. Speaking of fuel, what's fuel like round here, do you reckon?
People are gonna go quite high on fuel. I'd say a lap, you burn a lot, especially if you're on a train.
I'm pretty sure the last time I done a race here, I think I ended up having to put more fuel in the car than what was required, than what it actually said. I'm looking forward to racing in GFL here because the last time GFL was here was season 8, which was the season I had to skip because that's as soon as F123 had came out, and I didn't have the game then. However, I do have the game now, as can be seen via the stream, and I am looking forward to when I'm racing next Monday. However, for now, it's all about the Tier 1 drivers, and who do you think's going to win?
Good and interesting question. Now, Marco is in the lobby. So Marco, it could be definitely a threat, but I'd say Yazin.
As Phantom Minum says, fuel load is super high, plus 2.5 without DRS. It's lights out and away we go. Who's going to get the best start? It looks a bit busy. It looks a bit chaotic. It looks 3 wide going into the first corner. The Mercedes of tin holders is ahead,
Wide, yeah.
but there's a AlphaTauri, that's Mick, cutting across to swoop in and take P2, as there's a lot of places being swapped towards the back. I think there's like people going 3 or 4 wide. There's Danny making headway. ASG's had a problem. He's right down at the back. ASG's had a problem as Lewis Cook has darted into P4. Let's see what other people are doing as well. Possible race strategies, I'll get that up in a bit. Medium soft or hard medium is what's recommended. I wonder what people are actually going to do as Nagy Bentz gets up into P6 and Red Halo drops a place, but he's on the inside. He's going to try and take that move from the Mercedes. Urinos not getting past Red Halo. Urinos from P9.
Yeah, I was about to say, Marco had a tremendous start. He's already in P12. He made up 8th position in not even a lap. So who knows what he can deliver today. He's already had the best start he could have possibly had. Same time, both Red Bulls together, 14 and 15, then losing a place. EMT with a quad, but also gaining one. Well, their fights. They're fighting on the front, yeah.
Top 4. These top 4 are super close as Furzes gets past. No, Furzes and Nagy are really battling quite nicely. You know, you've got Brad and Tim Meek. I want to go back to the front of the grid because this is where all the action is happening at the moment.
Oh, meanwhile, Yusuk defending on Yazin. Sorry, on Dennis. He's trying to go all the way around the outside. He's on mediums, by the way, so I guess Yusuk is on hards. He is, and he wants to make progress. And Dennis wants to make progress ASAP because those medium tires are not going to last forever.
Yep, the chat is saying that ASG is now practicing for Tier 2. Well, we'll see what he can do, but yeah, not looking too great. Let's get some stats up for everyone. Lap data, that's going to... Yeah, the telemetry is going to annoy people sometimes, but I'll turn it off in a bit. I like seeing telemetry, so yeah. Anyway, Red Halo is in P8 at the moment, looking to get past Nagy Bentz, and Mick is in P2, having a little look. Ooh, Dennis trying to really go on the attack here against...
Marco's passing Sidak. Marco's passing Sidak for P11.
Not bad.
Oh,
I didn't see that, and Psyduck's still just about there, but Marco is super quick. Hydra's saying going to Psyduck. I can't keep an eye on chat 100% of the time. I'm so sorry if I missed things. I will be more vigilant. Oh, that was a car going wide, I think.
Yeah, there was
in one
Zana.
of those corners. So, God, this track is like really good. You can see how these cars are smooth.
Everyone
through the
is,
corners.
yeah, everyone is still pretty much bunched up. The train is from P1 all the way to 13 because Zana's just lost DRS when he's about to lose it.
And he's about to be passed by Tim Meek at this rate. I didn't even notice how close Tim Meek was. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really wide, and Zana gets a track limit abuse penalty for multiple warnings. I saw that was wide. Harry's saying I would have won the race by now. Unfortunately, you cannot race in GFL. However, I do appreciate that you are quick, as Tim Meek does get past Zana, and so does Brad, and that's P14 for Tim Meek and P15 for Brad. Of course, DRS being enabled, that's only for the one straight along the start-finish straight. Everywhere else isn't really long enough to have DRS.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these cars so close to each other.
Yeah, meanwhile, in the top 10, we only have one medium tire runner, which was Dennis. Currently P5, which means there's a yellow flag. That is Zana spinning around.
Yep, Zana's gone right to the back and is now behind ASG. So those two are going to have to catch up to the grid. 41% ERS on lap 4 at Qatar is a death sentence. Yes. You've really got to manage your ERS around here. It is so difficult to try and gain ERS back. My advice is your ERS normally goes down even when you're on medium mode. So my advice is, for those people that are listening to the stream at the same time, do not go into overtake. Do not go into overtake, because you will probably not have a good time, as Lewis Cook and Dennis still scrapping away for P4. Dennis actually did get past Lewis Cook at some point, but Lewis Cook has now re-overtaken. As Harry says, ERS is so painful to recharge at Qatar. I agree with you, because I have driven around Qatar before, and yes, ERS is horrific to try and get back. Do not use overtake. That's my advice to everyone. Just do not use overtake.
Yeah, it's quite tough to regain ERS, like you just mentioned. Meanwhile, Marco's progress hasn't really been that big of a progress after he got into P10. He's kind of stuck at the minute with this train. But he's kind of, let's say.
I was just going to say, stuck in a DRS train at the moment. There's like lots of drivers that have got gaps of 0.2, 0.3, which means it's going to be quite difficult to try and get past when people are so close together. As Psyduck and Chi-Chi both pick up time penalties for track limit abuse. We're only on lap 5 here, and we're already seeing track limit abuse penalties coming through quite a lot.
Oh, meanwhile, Marco, as I say, is going for the move. on
Is
Urinos.
this going to be Marco's opportunity to get past the Mercedes? Yes, it is. P9.
Yeah,
He's
next up, Red Halo.
into P9. Will he get past Red Halo?
Good question. I wonder.
Red Halo is a quick driver, but so is Marco. We've seen how quick Marco is.
Yeah, it's a shame he wasn't able to do qualifying today. Meanwhile, Zana gets another 3-second time penalty for track limits. Yeah, like I said, it's a shame he wasn't able to do qualifying. So he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to come back in this race. But he has already done a pretty good job, and he looks very, very racy indeed. He's already literally pushing the Ferrari of Redalo into the section of corners, who is also pushing Nagy Benz. I think they both have the upper end at the minute.
They're about 2 tenths. There's 2 tenths between them.
Yeah.
By the way, Phantom Item, if you want to join Combox to help us out,
you're welcome.
I'm
welcome
already
to
here,
join.
my son.
Yes. Welcome in. Thank you for joining, and hopefully you can keep an eye on things as well. I do agree with you with what people are saying with regards to ERS. Yeah, just do not use it. Here comes Marco. No, he can't get past. But
yeah,
Chichi,
what about it?
Chichi swoops past Psyduck. That's for P12. And Breaking Bad has just got past EMT at the same time. But Chichi is now on track, at least into the points, because we go down to P12 still, don't we? We still go down to P12 for points, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Meanwhile, SG Play gets a 3-second time penalty. Penalties, like I said, are going to be an issue for plenty of drivers in this race, and already 4 of them are getting them. So it's going to be interesting to see what people going to get in terms of penalties at the end of the race. There's still 22 laps to go, and it's not going to be easy. Meanwhile, there's a yellow flag. That's a McLaren. That's, I think, Brad.
Yeah, that's
in the middle
Brad.
Of the track.
Brad's going very slowly. He's got past... ASG's got past Zana, not yet, but I think Zana's gone into the pits and made his pit stop. Very early stop. I wonder why he did that.
I guess his tyres after the spin were probably gone in, so he decided to go for a bit of a forced decision, and he's gone for the hards.
Well, that's a bit of... Well, that's not the best of strategies, I must admit, because hard's going really long. Oh, who's this? That's Yasin and Tim Alders. Oh my goodness, Yasin now in the lead of the race. What?
Yeah, they're swapping back their teammates. They are working together, I guess, to try and somehow
keep
fend
Tim
off
Alders back. But
yeah,
Tim Alders, he's within 2 tenths, and I was just about to try and see what either Red Halo or Marco was able to do on that straight as well. Not really able to do anything at the moment, although Marco is within... Oh, look at that, Marco is super
Marco is going for it. Around the outside here, not really an overtaking spot, but he gets a bit of traction. Red Halo is struggling for traction with the rear.
He's making Red Halo go super defensive.
Yeah.
That's making him lose time. He's already down to half a second, which, although it's not, it doesn't seem a lot, with the gaps that we've been seeing people around here, half a second when it was like 2 or 3 tenths, yeah, that's quite a lot.
Meanwhile, Brad has also come in, and he's literally behind Zana. So they're both, I guess, on the same strategy, we could say, even though it was a kind of forced strategy.
I think
the tires were ruined.
I think it's a case of making a mistake and...
meanwhile, Marco's going for it. Marco's going for it. I think on Rodello he's getting really close up the inside.
He's got last the inside.
Minute move. Yeah. Can he make it stick? Oh, the Williams out of them almost loses the rear there. Marco on the outside of the Ferrari. Can he make the move stick?
But it's going to be the inside tight for this corner.
It's going to be tight, but he's just in front, and he gets the position. P8, starting it from the back.
It took a whole sector to make that move.
Yeah, nicely done.
But wow, that was good. Yes, Schrober, Harry, please do not discuss certain things in chat regarding stuff that doesn't need to be there. You can sort that out with Psyduck and other people after the race. Speaking of
which,
Psyduck, he
yeah.
just gets another 3 seconds. That's 6 seconds for Psyduck.
Hey Fanta, what's your we didn't ask anything, but what's your race win according to you? Who's gonna win the race?
In what sense? Sorry, I didn't really understand what you're saying.
Who's gonna win the race at this point, looking at the current situation?
This is not easy at all to call. So tire drop-off is massive here, and there's not a whole lot of opportunities to overtake. I think Dennis might have a legit chance. Because the undercut here is massive and he's on medium, so everyone else in the
Here
top
goes Marco,
11
sorry,
is on...
here goes Marco.
Oh, up the east side, he almost hit the Alpine as well. There was a very deep braking from the Aston Martin drive, but he made the mistake up into P7. Sorry, Fanta, you can carry on if you want.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's tough. I think Dennis has a legit chance, but Marco is having supreme pace here. I think no one is even remotely on the same categories, tearing through the field like minced meat. So I think it might be between the two of them. I'm not entirely sure because the tire drop-off is massive and the undercut is very good. So
speaking of which, you mentioned the tires going off, and thank you Spotify for going on Brad, because I was about to say Zana's pace and Brad's pace is so good on these tires that they've already gained 5 seconds to HG Play. I was watching the gap to see what the new tire was compared to an old medium or a pretty old medium.
And sorry to interrupt, I was also just going back to those two because Brad did overtake Zana. So now Brad is in 19th and Zana is now in 20th. All 20 drivers are still going after lap 10, which is jolly good to see. But yeah,
I would say though that
I have concerns for both of those. As Tim Alders and Lewis Cook now battling, is Lewis going to get the move done into and get P3? He's pushing Tim Alders as hard as possible. And I think he's just got past the long way around the outside. What an impressive set of moves.
Nice move.
Cook.
Very good indeed.
But,
up into P3.
And Red Halo is going side by side now with, is that Nagy, the Williams driver? They're going side by side. Red Halo now has the line and gets through. And now Nagy is going to be under extreme pressure from Uranos as well, as you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when Zana got past back Brad for P19, so their pace isn't actually that bad, but the thing is they are so far away from the rest of the field, and Zana gets another 3-cycle time penalty. It's going to be tough for them to get back into this race. Not impossible, but Redello almost
that was a bit wide. Yeah, that was very wide. That will allow the Williams behind to possibly close up. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to be Brad or Zana if what you're saying is true about the tyre drop-off, because...
It's not even just that. It's those hards are not going to go till the end, period. Like, going 19 laps, 20 laps, like, after 19 laps, you're already going to be in the 60s. So, and they're going to be 22 laps, give or take, on those hards. Yeah, far from ideal, I'd say. So they're basically praying for a safety car at this point.
Yeah. I think that's the only option. And they only hope if they want to somehow get back into this race. And Dennis is actually keeping on really well indeed with those medium tires which are already 11 laps old. So
Zana's
he's doing
by the way. Zana's coming into the pits.
Is he retiring?
I wonder, yeah, he's retiring. That's not 50% of the race, though. That's not 50%. So Zana needs a good reason to retire, because that wasn't 50% distance. You need to get to lap 15 to do the 50%. So please, someone make a note of that. Schrober, if you're in the chat still, make note of that, please. You're good with stewarding. So
yeah, I mean, Marcus is now very close indeed to the Alpine of
Cheat sheet
Farids, but
He's going for
not.
the undercut.
Psyduck goes
Yeah.
up to P13, by the way, because Chi pits.
Oh, Kiki's. Yeah, exactly.
Is this going to be possibly undercutting? There's still a yellow in Sector 1, that's probably for Xana's car, but...
In back on the truck, yeah.
yeah, Schrober, thank you for doing that. That's great stuff. Yeah, still a very tight race. Chi comes out in P18, by the way, on the hard compound tyre. So these people that started on the hards are going to go to the mediums. These people that are on the mediums are going to go, I
For the
guess,
hards.
to the hards. I don't think there's
Yeah.
any way that you can stretch the mediums out to soft distance.
No, the most you can do on them is like 14 laps.
Oh, there's a Brad stop. Sorry, there's a Brad stop in the middle of the track. He's rejoining now.
Yes.
Hopefully, no safety car for that.
I wonder if he just spun the car. I didn't see that, but I wonder if he just spun the car. People are pitting. People are pitting.
Dennis is in. Marco's in two. Marco's in two. That's very early. That's very early for the mediums.
The hards.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
he's
Yeah.
going for.
Well, he's going for mediums though.
Yeah, it is possible to go. He's gonna go 16 laps on those mediums.
It's a massive undercut, but yeah.
I would say that the mediums have very good pace, even when they're worn. The hards just don't have any grip around here.
Right, Schrober,
That's the thing.
Schrober has just said, has braking ban been an instant or something? Thought he'd be a lot higher up and closer despite the quali ban. Breaking Bad is currently P10. Obviously there's...
Brad is
What's
absolutely
happened
off the
there?
track.
What's happened there with Brad? As Red Halo picks up a track limits abuse penalty. What is Brad doing? Oh dear. Yeah, that's not great at all.
Damage maybe from earlier.
Probably,
going
yeah.
into the pits.
I mean, what we were saying that lap 13 might be too early. It actually isn't. I watched an F1 esports race around here. Lap 13 was the lap the winner took the win, and
retired.
Retired?
By the way. Again,
Yeah.
before 50%. Schrober, make a note, please.
oh, meanwhile, Lewis and Team and Uranus are all in the pits.
Yep.
Let's see, because Marco may actually undercut them all, and so is Dennis. Let's have a look. Let's see what they rejoin.
We're going to have to
I
find
don't
out.
think it's a maybe.
Nagi gets a 3-second penalty for track limit abuse.
Marco's coming on to the finish straight now. Oh no, that was Breaking Bad. Marco's in the last corner. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight on the exit, I think.
Nagi just went very wide in the final corner, I just noticed. Marco...
Here's Lewis out of the pits. Very close indeed with Dennis. Marco has just undercut Timodas with this strategy.
He's undercut Tim Alders and Nagy Bentz, and that was Brad pulling away from the track. But yeah, so we've got...
And Yazin and Mick are still... Yazin, Mick, Faris, Rodelo, Danny, Team, they're all going to be undercut, especially the top two.
Yeah. Now, as much as Lewis hates this, telemetry's going up just so that I can see how people are getting on with ERS management, because we did discuss that earlier. So Yasin in P1, Mick in P2, he's now pitting and also managing his ERS quite nicely around here. Furs is not pitting. But he's going up into P2. Red Halo has also not pitted, but here's his chance. He's overtaking Furzes and is going into P2. Although he does still have to pit. Will he try and do hard soft? Are any of these people going to try hard soft? Because if medium soft was mentioned by the game, hard soft could be done, as Marco gets the fastest lap of a 23.5.
And let's see, because Mick may have rejected... Yeah, Mick is behind. Mick is behind Team Orders as well. So Mick has lost big time here. But he's going to have, of course, fresher tires.
Dennis with a penalty, by the way. Breaking Bad is now
Or-
to P5, but he has to pit. And everyone else has already pitted, except ASG.
Or Marco.
Oh my
Oh!
god! Oh
What have I
my
just seen?
God.
Marco up the inside of SG Play, who almost closes the door. They both
And
go
Tim
wide,
Alders.
and through goes Team Alders. Or can he make the move stick though? Because he's on the outside. They're both gonna be. It's gonna be too wide into this section. You don't really want to go too wide into this section. In fact, the Mercedes goes off the track and has to concede the position. And Marco gets through.
Lovely. Oh, and now there's two wide as well there between Mick and ASG.
Oh, yeah.
ASG dropping down to P12 now. Those 15 lap old mediums.
And Dennis has made the most out of this battle. He's 2 seconds ahead of the Aston Martin. So he stayed out of this battle and he's now onto the back of Lewis. Marco's going to have to somehow get back into the DRS.
CT picking up a penalty. As
Yazin's in. Yazin's in as well.
And Zenik in chat saying, what is ASG doing? I don't know what ASG's strategy is, but he's got to pit. He's got to get off those medium tyres.
He's going to be free wide into turn 1, I believe, because Yazin has just rejoined the track. But no, he's behind. He's behind, probably just out of Mick. So Mick didn't undercut him. He's behind him still. Marco undercut Yazin as well, but he's got passed. He's been passed again by Team Orders. But they're gonna have to work together.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So Yasin and Mick were P1 and P2. The order now, assuming Red Halo and Breaking Bad pit soon,
it's Lewis leading,
and therefore drop down. It's going to be Lewis Cook, Dennis, Tim Alders, and Marco. Marco now in net P4 and has gained a huge amount of time. Marco could win this from P20.
I think.
Last
Yeah,
to
it's.
first. In tier
He's
1.
certainly in the he's certainly in the fire. I think the thing is if he can keep up with Team and because I guess Team is using a lot of DRS. Meanwhile, there's a 3-way battle. We have actually a 4-way battle. Both Alfa Romeos and Williams and McLaren. Meanwhile, Psyduck gets a penalty probably because he was fighting with those two.
That was track limit abuse. He's now up to
yeah.
9 seconds, I believe. That's not great. And now Tim Meek is trying to get past poor ASG, who does now pit off of those medium tyres. Breaking Bad is pitting as well. Red Halo's going long. Red Halo's going for softs. I can tell you that. Because otherwise he wouldn't be going this long. Red Halo is going for softs at the end.
He's going to have to stretch them a long way there, at least lap 23, 24. The softs are not a race tyre around here, so you know it's going to be tough to make them work.
On the softs. This will be the benchmark. This will be the benchmark to see whether Red Halo going for the softs is a good idea or not, because we're going to have to keep an eye on ASG, see what he can do, because he has gone for that soft compound tyre. Can it do 11 laps? That is what we need to ask. As welcome in Dark Knight X5. Welcome.
I don't think that was the play. I don't think that is going on the softs in any conditions around Qatar is not the play, and
in
I
fact,
think that Halo. Yeah.
Schrober says softs will be absolutely dead by lap 29. Dark Knight both retired in the pits. Yeah. Marco getting a penalty.
Yeah. I mean, considering the track, everyone could get a penalty, but at the minute, it's no idea for him.
Red Halo's, despite going long, Red Halo's actually got mediums.
He didn't go that long. I think this is a standard lap 18.
Oh my god, they're 3 wide!
No, they're 4 wide!
They're 4 wide! Marco made the place on the Williams, got the position. He's currently P3 after Rodello pitting.
Watch Mercedes on the AlphaTauri as well. I think that's Mick and Tim Alders, because they're squabbling. That Mercedes really trying to get past. Oh my god.
At a point, I thought they were gonna all crash into turn 1, but luckily they kept it clean. Meanwhile, Tim Alders is still trying to go around the outside of Yazin into this corner. He's tight and he can't make the move stick, and now he's gonna have to watch out for Mick behind.
Wow, what a couple of corners that was.
And US Cook and Dennis are saying goodbye, thank you. We'll take that, because literally, I don't see the point. If those people keep fighting, or if P3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 keep fighting, altogether. They're never going to catch up to those two up ahead.
And that will be, that will basically be. Sorry, running out of energy. Dennis and Lewis Cook, if they can work together, they're just gonna storm ahead, absolutely storm ahead. It depends on what Marco and the rest of the people behind can do. As Lewis Cook overtaking, although that might just be DRS passing, giving each other DRS, etc, etc. What isn't is Spurs is getting past Chi-Chi, and Nagy Bentz, what's he done? He's gone off the track, big style, and losing a significant amount of places.
I think he was about to pass Marco for, just for a normal overtake, and I don't know what happened there. It was really weird. We didn't fortunately see it. We missed it, but
yeah, and Urinos
such a shame.
And Urinos got a penalty as well. Speaking of, here's your penalty rundown. 6 seconds for Urinos, Chi-Chi and Nagy. 9 seconds for Psyduck. That's not going to help him at all. And 3 seconds for everyone else who's got penalties. And here are the places gained and places lost. I'm going to go on board with Yasin because he's really close to Marco. Although having said that, look at Marco. He's gained 15 places, which is huge. Nagy, however, has lost 7 places from the start. And speaking of, gets another penalty.
I'll tell you what, I think Yasin has got the pace to catch those two. So yeah, Marco lets him through now. Let's see if Yasin has the pace to somehow get back to the DRS of those two ahead.
Yeah. As Mick gets past Timolders, Nagy gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, retires in the pit lane, and 50% of the race has already been completed, so yes, that is perfectly fine.
I would say that Yasin has good pace. I mean, he's gonna gain at least a position.
He's in it. He's in DRS? Almost.
How much time did he gain? I swear, last time I looked, 10 seconds ago, it was a second and a half.
He has fresh tires, yes, we have to say. And he's into the... Yeah, he's in it. He's in it. He's back in contention for the victory.
Yep, Yasin's hovering around that 1 second mark. It won't be long before he can get into the DRS of the top two, and then it's just going to be a three-way battle for the lead of this race. Lewis versus Dennis versus Yasin. Marco is about 1.2 seconds behind. 1.3 seconds behind. Is he trying to hold on to P4? I thought he's got the pace, but maybe he's used up all his pace with those tyres, pushing early on as Dennis swoops past Lewis Cook. It's a DRS overtake, and I think these two are just going to be trading places throughout the race by the looks of things, because why not?
I mean, the more they fight at this point, the worse it is for Dennis. There's a bigger chance that more and more people are going to come into that race.
Yasin's already within half a second. As was that Urinos who got a penalty? I'm not sure, but
it was. I think probably him.
But Yasin's already within 3 tenths. Yeah,
it was Spaceport. Sorry,
it was Spaceport. Okay, but yeah. Three-way battle for the lead now, and in fact Lewis is actually backing off a little bit because of the charging Yasin. Absolutely on a mission at the moment.
And I'll tell you what, Mick is almost in the DRS, so he could be potentially into this fight as well. Marco behind.
This could be a multi-place battle for the lead, as Red Halo is pushing Furzes along the track quite literally, and as ASG picks up a penalty and Furzes flashes his lights in frustration of being under 10% ERS, Red Halo gets P7.
Not bad, not bad.
Worth mentioning that it's a DRS train all the way down to P8.
Yes, and Dennis, that with that penalty is really going to hurt. Dennis' penalty has killed him in the... Yeah, that's exactly what I was just going to say. The fact that he's got 3 seconds and no one else in this leading quintet, or quartet at least, has a time penalty. I mean, Marco has a time penalty, but I don't know. I don't know. If he's used up all his pace, that could hurt him as well, as Red is now looking to get past Tim Alders out of all.
Yeah, Red has got supreme pace as well.
I think Red has just been managing his tyres, because at the end of the day, you've got to manage those tyres throughout the race, because if you push too far, then you're going to use all the life out of your tyres, and when the tyres drop off a cliff, it's going to be horrible. Psyduck's up to 12 seconds, people, and Red Halo gets past Tim Alders. Yes.
So Redato's got the freshest tyres out of all of these guys.
Yes.
He pitted very, very late.
He did pit very late, so that might well have helped him, as Tim Meek got past Chichi on the straight as well. Yeah, Psyduck is now on to 12 seconds, and EMT dives down the inside of Spaceport to... They're still going side by side, though. No one's giving an inch, and EMT... Is he through yet? Yes, he is! Although Spaceport doesn't look like he wants to give up, but it's over. It's now over. Crazy battle for just P14, and the fact he's now going to catch 4 seconds or so to Psyduck and then Chi-Chi. I reckon penalties are going to play a big point in who gets points and who doesn't at that back end of the grid.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch the leader. Yes, I will do. I just quickly want to see what Red Halo is doing in this battle, because Red Halo almost pushing Marco along the track. This is not something I was expecting to see. Marco was doing really quick early on, but now it seems like he's being pushed along, as Red Halo is got the inside line. It's going to become the outside line for the next part of the track, but if he can stay there, no, he had to go wide, and unfortunately
there was a bit of a tap there.
Yes, and now we're watching the leader as per the request of Hydra Halo F1. Thank you for that request, thank you for the use of the channel points. We're now watching the leader.
Dennis there had a wiggle. Those tires are not going to be feeling very nice right now.
And I will be showing telemetry levels, because...
There's a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's Originals. He's lost big time right now.
Oh!
He lost a bunch of positions.
Yeah.
He's down into P12.
He must have spun on something. Something must have happened.
Top 8 ERS levels. We will go through the top 8. Dennis is on not that much. Lewis Cook has got quite a bit to play with. Yasin, who is right up Lewis Cook's gearbox, is only on 25%. Not terrible, but not brilliant. Mick's only on about 14%. That's pretty bad. Red Halo picking up a penalty. That's not ideal. Marco is on mid-30s. Although
Marco's in trouble now, I think.
He's
actually Redillo lost a bit of time, and he's now under pressure from the Mercedes of Team Orders. Who's going to probably go for the move here. Yes, up the inside, quite deep on the braking, but the Ferrari's still there. Oh, I think they may have touched there. The Mercedes is still on the outside and making the move stick with actually a tone of ERS more. Than
a squirt of ERS as well to finish off there. As he's doing quite good. Red Halo's on about 30%. Furs is on about 24%. Danny's doing awful with ERS management, that is. Tamik about 25. Chi-Chi's not got enough fuel to make the finish. Chi-Chi is under the amount of fuel that he's required. We said that fuel was going to be bad around here. That little yellow fuel light on the telemetry dash indicates that the car has not got enough fuel to finish the race as things stand. That's bad. Uranos has no
Important to note
ERS.
here, ASG has just pitted, is likely going for a fastest lap attempt.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say so.
Last.
He has just pitted, I did see that, as Chi picks up a penalty. Psyduck's almost flashing with ERS. Breaking Bad's got quite a bit, and we need to go to the front as Yasin on Lewis Cook. Yasin takes P2, but he's got virtually no ERS either.
And this is important to note. This is for net P1 after the race. As things stand, Yasin has just taken P1
Yes,
at the end of the race from Lewis
because
Cook.
Dennis has a penalty, and that will knock him down a significant amount of places, because look at those gaps. Look how close they are. 3 seconds added onto a load of those gaps is not going to help at all.
Yeah, it's going to throw Dennis all the way down to P8, or would if Marco and Red Halo did not also have time penalties.
It's worth mentioning that Dennis is on the hard tire, which is not the preferred tire right now in terms of grip, and
there you
somehow
go.
he's still in front of them.
There you go, there's tyres for you.
Yeah.
That hard tyre has been going quite well, actually. Although it might be because the car is lighter at the end of the race. Oh, that was a bit wide.
That's not the racing line.
Because the car's a bit lighter towards the end of the race, the harder compound will work a little bit. Here goes Yasin. He's out completely and takes the lead on track as well. So Yasin is now actual P1.
Because he's the freshest tyres out of everyone. I think he wants to somehow...
This was a very important overtake, because now he's going to have Dennis to create a little bit of a buffer to Lewis. And I think he's won the race.
Timoda's on Marco! Timoda's on Marco! Pushing me wide!
Marco get pushed off the track even!
There was not really an overtaking spot, and now Rededa's going to go for the move here. Not really. Marco fends him off.
Marco and Red Halo both have the exact same amount of penalties. It's 3 seconds. Speaking of 3 seconds, here's another 3 for EMT.
It could have been P12. No, not P12.
These two, whoever is in front, fastest lap does indeed go to ASG. Bravo ASG, you've had a not very good race. Last of the runners at the moment, but
last lap is about to unfold.
But he's kept it going. He's stuck with it. Bit of practice for tier 2 maybe. He's stuck with it. He's been racing his heart out, and as a reward, he gets the fastest lap.
Oh, Dennis is going for the move. Dennis is going for the move on Yasin for the race lead. Yes, he's going for it. Oh, at the back, Timodas goes for the move as well. Making the move stick, and now there's a car stop. That's CMT. Sector 3.
Chi-Chi's gone in the pits. Chi-Chi's out of fuel. I have reports that Chi-Chi is out of fuel.
Marco got past him again.
This gives me Silverstone vibes of last season as Chi-Chi retires. Tim Moses has got past Red Halo. Oh, they're side by side here. Red Halo has the ERS advantage because Tim Alders didn't have any. Red Halo is now into P6.
Yeah, it's going to be all the way down to the last straight. Who's got the most ERS is going to absolutely win this race. So is it going to be Dennis? I doubt it's going to be Yazin probably. This Cook still has a chance as well. But Yazin is right on the tail of Dennis, literally pushing him into this last sector.
The ironic thing is he doesn't actually need to make the move on track because of the penalty.
He does.
But
exactly.
Here we go. Uranos of a penalty round the final corner. It's going to be Yasin taking the win because of penalties. Lewis Cook is going to take P2, and what else is going to happen?
Marco's dropping out to 7th, and Mick gets the podium. Timardo's P4, Ferris P5 after being P8.
Red Halo gets dropped down to P9.
And Dennis got P6 for just 6 milliseconds. That must be frustrating.
Yes, Dennis loses out by 6 thousandths of a second. Psyduck drops right down to P13 because of track limit abuse that happened. Psyduck is out at the point. Uranos gets the point. I told you those track limit penalties were going to hurt, and it did hurt Psyduck in the end, robbing that point away from him because of the penalties. EMT takes P14. Spaceport is going to take P15. Chi said on 30.4 should have put more in. He put plus 1.4 of fuel in, and it wasn't enough. That's a lesson learned to everyone who has yet to race. Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4. If you're watching this race back in the future, please read the chat, read my words, watch the fuel, and overfuel by quite a lot, because 1.4 was not enough as Marco De Bruno gets driver of the day. Fun fact, the last time a German driver won a race in GFL was season 7. So that was that was in F1 22. No, wrong. Psyduck won in season 8. So Psyduck did win a race in season 8, which was just about in F1 23. That was the first season in F1 23. Spain Tier 4. That was probably when we had 4 tiers again. Yep. This is the first time since season 8, I believe, that we're going back to 4 tiers. It's going to be good. Anyway, Yasin with an incredible drive, an incredible win. Lewis Cook was only 4 tenths behind. Well-deserved P2. Then you've got Mick in P3, Tim Alders in P4, Furs is P5, Dennis in P6. Again, 6 thousandths of a second. You couldn't get any closer. Marco ending up taking P7 in the end, with Danny in P8. Red Halo gets demoted to P9. Tim Meek P10. Breaking Bad and then Uranos rounding out the points. Psyduck just outside the points, and it's EMT Spaceport, ASG, and then Chi retiring 2 laps in the pits. Team DNF, Nagy Benz, Brad WT, and Zana.
You made it.
I made it, yes. And yeah, we had 3 drivers in Team DNF today, 2 of which failed to meet the 50% requirement and will probably be handed a couple of penalty points as a prize for doing so. Safety car this race. Nobody thought this would happen. Absolutely nobody. Nobody put a bet on no, and there was no safety car. So what happens to the channel points? What happens to the channel points, I wonder? Because everyone bet yes, and it was actually no. So nobody got channel points.
Apparently.
Right, my voice is pretty much done. But I will be opening up post-race interviews in case either you two want to do a couple of post-race interviews of people.
Yeah, so, I'll suggest that.
So we want... Who was the top 3? We want
Yasin.
We want Yasin, we want Lewis Cook, and... Was it... Mick? Do any of those want to do an interview? Here's where I would normally look on the computer and then just look for people in Discord ready for the ready to be dragged into the call. I can't do that because then it would turn off the stream. So
Yasin, Lewis, and Mick, right?
Yes.
Yasin, Lewis, and Mick.
Right, I pinged them. Let's see here.
So.
Alright, there's the Lewis.
Lewis is in the comms box,
yeah.
Ready for an interview. We want Yasin and Mick.
Yazin is coming. Yeah, there he is. Oh, that's. I don't know.
That was Red Halo just briefly popped into the commentary box, but has now exited.
They're both coming. Just wait. There you go.
There's Yasin and Mick is in the practice call.
And there is.
And
he's now in. So, let me just quickly bring up. I'm doing it this way because I haven't got the post-race interview screen up at the moment. What car was... So who was first? First was...
Using on the AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. Here we go with the post-race interviews. So, how was your race?
Yeah, it was good. Quali was already better than expected because my pace was not so good around there, but yeah, I managed to put on P3 in Quali, I think. And then yeah, the race was pretty clean at the front from my side, what I saw, so it was literally just a DRS train all the way. Until the pit stop, Lewis and Tim went one lap earlier, so yeah, I reacted to go the lap after and my teammate went the lap after that. But I got held up pretty bad in my lap after the pit stop, so I lost some time there and had to use all my batteries, so couldn't really attack anymore for P2 or more, but I'm happy with P3.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how did you find ERS in that race? Because and also fuel usage, because a lot of people have said it's very difficult to gain ERS once you've used it, and the same goes with fuel, really.
Yeah, I just put +3 laps on the fuel, so the fuel was fine, but with the ERS, if you're in the DRS, I just lift and coast a bit, you know, to gain a little extra. But yeah, it's pretty hard to gain around here, so you need to be careful of using.
Yes, that was my thoughts as well. Right, anything else that you want to add in regards to this race?
Yeah, GG to my teammate, he drove a good race, so we're leading the constructors now, so let's see for next race.
Yes. Go on.
Yeah. You know, guys, this season we are experimenting mystery races, so I'd like to know your thoughts and opinions about it. Starting from Mick, do you think it's going to be surprising, challenging, and exciting as a thing?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just need to have like all race setups for like every track, but I think most of the people have that now. And then it's just, yeah, you have to get on it like immediately, like you can't have any practice laps obviously, so it's gonna be nice to see who will be good exactly, or who needs more time. So
yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to also use this opportunity because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you are from Germany, so ich gratuliere dir, man, for your race. And yeah, be free, no better fool.
I'm not German, but
well,
but you were close as such.
Yeah, I know Yazanese. Where are you from, by the way?
Netherlands.
Okay, I'm kind of silly.
But I'll do it.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on... Did you say P3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, congratulations on your P3. And I'm glad to hear that you had a good race. Right,
yeah,
who's next for an interview?
The one and only Lewis Cook.
Lewis Cook, who finished in P2 and was in... What car was
the
Lewis
Ferrari.
in? I was correct in saying the Ferrari. Wow. How was your race, Lewis?
Yeah, quite surprising actually to get second overall. I do think I could have won it if I was smarter, as I did have more ERS than both Yasin and Dennis in front. But, you know, me being me, hesitant as fuck, just didn't go for it, so didn't make the moves. Finished P2. Yeah, hard medium was definitely the right strat. I had decent pace, to be fair, than I expected. I did a couple of practice runs the other day, wasn't too fast. Today I've come in, been a lot faster. So, yeah, P5 in quali, I was less than a 10th off pole, so not too fussed with that. Made a couple of mistakes on the lap, which I think could have been pole, but it's what it is. Yeah, the race was very fun. I decided to undercut Yasin and just Yasin, just to try and get ahead, which obviously worked, and I managed to get about 3 seconds ahead, something like that. And then I was in P1 for a while. Yeah, good race overall.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That did look like a very enjoyable race, certainly from my end. Lots of close racing, in my opinion. Did you have issues with? You said about ERS. Did you have any issues with fuel or ERS? Because you said. Didn't you say that you had more than what you were expecting?
Yeah, I had a lot of ERS. When Yasin passed me, he had literally no battery, and I was really shocked by that, because at that point I had around 60-70%, because I was just holding it all just behind Dennis to hopefully have enough for the last lap, and obviously that worked out. So
yeah, because a lot of people have said that it's been really difficult to regain ERS once you've used it. So I think the cautious approach was maybe the better approach. I'm not so sure. I'm not an expert on these things, but still, good race. And yeah, have you got anything else to say?
no, not really. Apart from GG's to Yasin, Mick, and Dennis.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts about these mystery races coming up? Because I'm pretty sure the next race is going to be a mystery one.
Yeah, I think it will be quite interesting. Shake up the grid a little. Obviously, you can't really practice that one specific track because you don't know what it is until the lobby starts up about 2 minutes before, I think. So yeah, it'll be an interesting one to see. Hopefully get a good result. Hopefully a top 3 if I do well. So yeah, be interesting.
Well, it's these interesting quirks that's going to change the lineup, and hope you do well going forward.
Thank you very much.
And now we move on to... Is it Yasin?
Yep.
Which car was Yasin?
Same as Mick.
So, AlphaTauri Duo. So, you won the race, correct? So, congratulations on your race win. Let me know, how was your race, basically?
Race was pretty good. I went a bit longer than I wanted to, but the others pitted that early, which I didn't expect. So yeah, Mick pitted instantly after they pitted. Yeah, and then I had to use a bit of ERS so I don't get that hard undercutted. So yeah, I was going already with 60 into the box because I had to use like 25 to 30 ERS on my lap to go to pit, and yeah. Then I came out in a bit of traffic and I had to use again to catch up to Luis and Dennis. And then I was like on 20 or something like that. And yeah, somehow Luis didn't want to overtake Dennis, even though he had, like, I'm pretty sure if he would have overtaken him, I would have overtook him as well. And he would have dropped out of the train of us 3. But he didn't, so he stayed in. And then, yeah. It ended like it ended, so I won at the end. But yeah, was a good race.
Yeah, so a bit of tactics, you say, for that race. I did note the undercut was quite powerful. Did that have any sort of impact on your strategy?
No, I was planning from the beginning on to go 1 or 2 laps longer. So I was fine with that. Just a bit unlucky where I came out. I didn't expect to drop that up behind, but I still managed to come back, so yeah, everything went fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear about that. Have you got any other Have you got any other comments or opinions about the race?
If I can ask, I was expecting a 19.8 from you in qualifying, but
No, never.
apparently
But
pressure got you.
Exactly, exactly. And even though it was not worth to risk it for 19.8 or something, when I was expecting that we all will do something around a 1 or close to a 0.
Mhm.
So I just went for a safe round, and yeah.
Fair enough. Always a good idea to go safe, just to make sure that you get the right lap in that you need to. It's all a case of risk versus reward, in my opinion, and seems like that works well for you. The mystery round coming up next. What do you think about it? What do you think's going to happen because of the mystery round?
I think we might see maybe some surprises, because mystery rounds will probably depend on how the raw pace of everyone is without practice. I think there will be some surprises probably. Yes, that's it.
Well, thank you very much. Nico and Phantominum, have you got any last thoughts or questions or anything about the race, or anything you want to ask the drivers in the interview session?
Not really.
Yeah, from my side, also nothing.
Well, it's been good to be commentating the first race of season 11. In my opinion, that was an absolute brilliant way to kick off the season, with a top quality tier 1 race. I think this is where we're going to wrap it all up, if that's alright. Unless anyone has got any last questions or anything else they want to shout out now, I think we're going to wrap it up. So, yeah, that's going to be it. So the next race is going to be Tier 2, is that correct? Tier 2 next?
Yeah, on Saturday.
That's correct. Saturday, 7 PM British time?
Correct.
Perfect. In which case, we will see you on Saturday, 7 PM UK time for the Tier 2 race. And it's going to be around Qatar again, and yeah, we'll see what the Tier 2s can do and how they can do it. So, until then, we will see you next time. Take care, everyone, and goodbye.
Goodbye.